Hey guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here on AEW Collision post-show review. Collision was a very good show tonight. We are starting the build towards new AEW Dynasty pay-per-view, which is going to be fantastic. It is Saturday night. It's the night alright. We start things up with Bryan Danielson versus Shane Taylor, all Taylor early. And he's talking a lot of trash too. Danielson trying to come back, but Taylor snuffing it out time and again. A lot of exchanging of heavy blows, with Bryan trying to go shot for shot with the big man. After enough offense, he attempts a pin and only gets a 1 count. Taylor right back to being in control, even taunting him by kicking at his head and saying, "This is what I think of you." Danielson continues fighting on, however. Eventually, he goes for the running knee, but Taylor picks him up. Some jockeying, a few kicks, another running start, and he gets it this time. Bryan Danielson defeated Shane Taylor via pinfall. While he's celebrating, Will Ospreay comes out. He asks for a round of applause for the match they just watched. Says it's incredible to watch Danielson work, that he's still performing at a level this high after all this time. He's noticed a few things since he's been here, namely that the sandwiches backstage are pretty good and also that Danielson sets the standard. Backstage, he's inspired so many people. Ospreay thanks him on behalf of everyone for everything he's done. But you cheeky little slag, you interrupted me on my main event on Dynamite. Now he's got a warm feeling in his belly that maybe Danielson has something he wants to ask him. Bryan says that's about half right. He has something to ask and something to say. First, welcome to AEW. Secondly, he saw the match Ospreay had with Takeshita at Revolution, and it was one of the best matches Bryan has ever seen. But he also listened in the media scrum after where he said that he's been calling himself the best wrestler in the world for years, and he came to AEW to prove it. Well, Danielson wants to give him a chance to prove it. So how about a match at Dynasty pay-per-view? Yes, groove, they shake on it. We have our first match for AEW Dynasty pay-per-view. This is gonna be a banger. Next up, the Elite versus some talent. Loud chants for Okada as he enters alongside the EVPs. Okada tags in right away and just has his way. He doesn't even bother selling for anyone. There's no point. He hits the Rainmaker and that's it. The Elite win by pinfall. Eddie Kingston ran in to attack while they were celebrating and he got beat down. Penta ran in to help even the odds a bit, but he got put down too. Okada, with a smile, left him laid out and then held up Kingston's title. That's when Pac's music hit and he came down to clean house, setting up a stare down with Okada. Holy chance that TNT lets ride. Pac gets the better of the backhand forth with Okada, with the Bucks dragging him out of the ring before it can get worse. Pac gets a mick. I'll make this very clear for you. That's back. He says he's looking for trouble and if they want some he'll give it to them. Kingston takes the mick and demands a 6-man tag team match for next week on Dynamite. A quick match for Mariah May versus Trish Adora. She's now on 5-match winning streaks since her rival from Stardom. After the match, Toni Storm shows up. She gets on a microphone on top of the entrance ramp. She says she's here to present the first ever Toni Award, with an eye so they don't get sued. This award is for excellence in pro wrestling and in their portrayal of Toni Storm. The nominee and winner, Mariah May. Deonna Purrazzo runs out and attacks from behind while Storm is attempting to walk the award down to May, but she gets laid out on the ramp. Storm and May celebrate over top of her. A quick match for Nick Wayne. Christian Cage takes a sign from someone and throws it away. Tony wonders if it's someone from CMLL. He unmasks eventually and it turns out to be Adam Copeland. He hops the ring and has the TNT belt and a box. Cage and his cronies surround the ring and he shows Cage what was in the box, which causes him to back off and order everyone else to do the same. Get your stupid little mouth ready to say the words, Copeland says. The fans were chanting wanting to know what's in the box, but they never show it. This is gonna be epic in Toronto. Next up is Chris Jericho versus Titán. A lot of chops early, backhand forth. and Titán flipping all around a slow Jericho, who can only watch him do his thing and get off. A double stomp from the top gets another to count. Jericho reverses a submission. Titán makes a comeback. He gets caught off the ropes and Jericho sits down into the walls of Jericho for the tap. Chris Jericho defeated Titán via submission. The Gates of Agony hit the ring to attack Jericho while he's catching his breath. Hook makes the save with a kendo stick. Jericho looks on, like he's not sure what to make of it all. FTR out to be interviewed by Toni. They say it's safe to say that Revolution did not go according to plan, but hey, that's life. Happens. In fact, 2020 for Mark's 10 years of FTR. A decade of the duo getting knocked down but getting back up to push on. So what's next? The AEW Tag Team Title Tournament. They'll give everything they have trying to win it all. They try to wrap it up but the infantry show up to crash the party. They say they're sorry to interrupt, but for those who don't know, they're the most dynamic, most popular, most handsome, most fly, coolest tag team there is. The tag team division needs a bit of a revival. Say yeah. Dax says the revival is dead and if they need an attorney, there will be two. Top guys out. AEW Tag Team Title Tournament is hyping up very well. It's main event time on Collision. House of Black versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe. It's an absolute melee right off the rip, as everyone attacks everyone else all at once. Briscoe tries to give the fans what they want straight away, going for multiple tables, but he's taken down before anyone can go through one. Still, they're being set up on the outside in various spots as the wrestlers pair off and duke it out. Lethal ends up being the first wrestler to go through one, as he was laid down across one on the outside bridge to the barricade and Brody King hit him with a crossbody through it. Back from a commercial break and it's Jarrett's turn to go through a table. It seems, but he douses it and Black gets the lighter. Sanjay Dutt hits King with a guitar in the back to try to stop it. It does nothing. Dutt runs away and Julia Hart shows up with a can of gasoline. Buddy pours it on Dutt and Julie brings out the lighter. He grabbed the spike to finish off Briscoe, but Mark hit him with the double underhook pile driver. He grabbed the spike. Hart grabbed his leg to ensure he couldn't use it, but he still staggered Malachi anyway. He set up a chair in the ring and then launched himself outside with it, where he was caught by Black and Buddy. They set the table on fire and then put Briscoe through it, immediately picking him up and putting him back in the ring to pin him. House of Black defeated Jarrett and Lethal and Briscoe via pinfall. They show the heels walking backwards up the ramp, while the baby faces are all laid out for the war they just went through. That's the show, folks. Next week Dynamite is stacked. We have Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for AEW World Championship. The Elite versus Eddie, Pac and Penta. Jericho and Hook versus Gates of Agony. Willow versus Riho. And possibly Mercedes Moné is debuting. Please guys like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.